Over 50, 6 movements Japanese elders do every day. No gym, just results daily. Senior wellness. It's remarkable to consider that Japan boasts an astonishing number of centenarians, with over 90,000 individuals living past the age of 100. This translates to a higher concentration of individuals reaching this milestone than anywhere else on Earth. Contrast this with the United States, where billions are invested annually in gym memberships, nutritional supplements, and the latest fitness applications. Despite these considerable efforts, many Americans still grapple with chronic diseases, joint discomfort, and a decline in cognitive function as they approach and surpass the age of 50. This stark difference prompts a crucial question. What are the Japanese people doing that contributes to their remarkable longevity and vitality? The answer, it turns out, is far more nuanced than simply consuming sushi and green tea, and it certainly isn't solely attributed to genetics. When esteemed researchers from Harvard Medical School and Stanford University embarked on a study of Japan's oldest citizens, many of whom were well into their second century and still possessed sharp minds, maintained mobility, and lived independently, they uncovered something profoundly unexpected. The secret did not lie primarily in their diets or even their specific exercise regimens. Instead, the key to their sustained well-being was embedded in 6 simple daily movements, so understated that they were once largely overlooked by Western medical professionals, dismissed as too basic to yield significant benefits. However, the subsequent application of advanced brain imaging, rigorous balance assessments, and detailed joint imaging revealed a compellingly different narrative. The impact of these seemingly minor movements was, in fact, profound. Perhaps most astonishingly, one of these movements, requiring only 2 minutes of daily practice, was associated with a remarkable 7-year increase in lifespan. Therefore, if you are over 50 and beginning to experience a sense of stiffness in your knees, a slowing of your reflexes, or the insidious creep of brain fog, pay close attention. You are about to be introduced to 6 ancient movement habits that hold the potential to help you age with the grace, clarity, balance, and strength characteristic of the Japanese, all without the necessity of prescription medications, gym equipment, or strenuous exertion. Before we delve into these transformative practices, we encourage you to share your name and your location in the comment section below. We are genuinely eager to connect with our audience. The first of these potent practices is what the Japanese call sampo, an elegant art of slow walking. It's crucial to set aside any preconceived notions about walking solely as a form of exercise aimed at calorie expenditure or as a vigorous activity to be undertaken with headphones. Sampo is a profoundly different experience. It is a quiet, mindful, and deliberate form of movement that Japanese elders have integrated into their daily routines, often as a serene morning ritual. This practice is arguably the most underestimated health habit within the realm of modern medicine. The essence of sampo lies in walking at approximately half your usual pace. There is no sense of urgency, no forceful impact with the ground, but rather a calm and intentional rhythm. This gentle gait is frequently coupled with a specific, synchronized breathing pattern. Inhale for 2 steps, hold your breath for 2 steps, and then exhale for 4 steps. This simple combination, which may sound almost too basic to be effective, holds remarkable physiological benefits. Scientific evidence suggests that this walking and breathing synergy works to harmonize the cardiovascular and nervous systems, enhance mental clarity, contribute to lower blood pressure, and significantly improve balance by re-engaging deep, stabilizing muscles that are often neglected. A decade-long investigation conducted by Kyoto University revealed that elderly individuals who consistently practiced sampo daily exhibited a 62% reduction in arterial stiffness and demonstrated a level of mobility and grace comparable to that of individuals 20 years their junior. The underlying principle is that by walking at an exceptionally slow pace, you are compelled to engage your feet more fully with the ground. Each step initiates a complete rolling motion from the heel through the arch and finally to the toe. This deliberate engagement activates all 33 joints present in each foot. This comprehensive activation sends vital signals to the brain, effectively retraining the balance system, particularly those neural pathways that tend to deteriorate with age. This is not a movement that will be found in a conventional gym, nor will it induce profuse sweating. However, within a few weeks of consistent practice, many individuals report feeling a profound sense of groundedness, enhanced mental tranquility, and improved physical stability. A practical tip for incorporating Sampo into your routine is to begin with just 10 minutes, ideally on natural surfaces such as grass or dirt. While concrete surfaces can also be utilized, uneven terrain provides a greater challenge and recruits more stabilizing muscles. It is essential to remember that Sampo is more than just a leisurely stroll. It is a deliberate practice that Japanese elders employ to fine-tune their bodies and minds each morning. This powerful ritual is accessible to everyone. Next on the list is Radio Taiso, a 3-minute morning ritual that has captivated an entire nation. Every single morning, precisely at 6:30 a.m., a gentle piano melody emanates from national radio stations across Japan. This is not a broadcast of news or weather updates. Rather, it serves as a signal for millions of Japanese individuals, spanning all age groups, to commence a synchronized movement session. This practice is known as Radio Taiso, a fluid and continuous sequence of 13 gentle stretches that were meticulously designed in 1928 and continue to be faithfully practiced today by a diverse demographic, including office workers, school children, and senior citizens. It is vital to distinguish this ritual from a conventional workout. There is no expectation of vigorous exertion, no holding of strenuous poses like planks or downward-facing dogs. Instead, Radio Taiso consists of rhythmic, flowing movements. Imagine graceful arm circles performed both forwards and backward, gentle bends, invigorating side stretches, and measured knee lifts, all executed with a sense of fluidity and often accompanied by a subtle smile, reminiscent of the gentle practice of Tai Chi. A comprehensive study involving over 8,000 seniors revealed significant health benefits among those who engaged in Radio Taiso daily. These participants experienced a 40% reduction in falls, a 55% decrease in chronic back pain, and remarkably, maintained a full range of motion in their hips and shoulders well into their 80s. The efficacy of this routine stems from its ability to lubricate the joints by stimulating the production of synovial fluid, which acts as the body's natural joint lubricant. Without adequate synovial fluid, joint stiffness can rapidly set in, particularly after the age of 50. The most appealing aspect of Radio Taiso is its brevity and accessibility. It requires a mere 3 minutes and 15 seconds to complete, can be performed in the comfort of one's pajamas, and requires absolutely no equipment. A valuable tip to maximize the benefits of this ritual is to perform it immediately upon waking. This timing coincides with the peak of the body's growth hormone production and when muscles are at their most receptive to movement. Ultimately, Radio Taiso is far more than just a series of stretches. It is a daily act of physical renewal, achieved one breath and one simple movement at a time. Our fourth essential movement is the deep squat rest, a posture that has been largely lost in modern society. Take a stroll through a park in Tokyo, and you are likely to witness a scene that might seem peculiar to Western eyes. Elderly men and women, often in their 70s or 80s, resting comfortably in a deep squat. Their heels are firmly planted on the ground, their backs are straight, and they engage in conversation, read books, or even tend to their bonsai trees while in this position. Now, consider trying this yourself. In many Western countries, a significant majority of individuals over the age of 50 find it challenging, if not impossible, to maintain a deep squat for more than a mere 10 seconds. This difficulty is not solely attributable to a lack of flexibility, but is a consequence of a fundamental shift in our posture, largely driven by our pervasive reliance on chairs. In Japan, the practice of sitting on the floor and adopting a squatting position is not viewed as a form of exercise, but as an integral aspect of daily life. This inherent integration is precisely what imbues it with such potent benefits. A comprehensive 12-year study involving over 5,000 seniors revealed a striking correlation. Those who could sustain a deep squat for at least 2 minutes demonstrated a 70% lower likelihood of requiring assisted living. Their hip joints remained remarkably mobile, their knees stayed strong, and their independence remained steadfast. From a biomechanical perspective, the deep squat facilitates the full range of motion in the hip joints, strengthens the pelvic floor muscles, which are critical for maintaining bladder control, decompresses the spine, and helps to keep the ankles supple and the joints adequately nourished. To safely incorporate this practice into your routine, begin by squatting near a wall or a sturdy chair for support. If you find it difficult to keep your heels flat on the ground, a small rolled towel placed beneath them can provide valuable assistance. Aim to hold the squat for 20 to 30 seconds, performing it a few times throughout the day and gradually increasing the duration as your body adapts. This is not merely a stretch. It is an act of reconnecting your body with its innate design for rest, restoration, and realignment, all without needing to leave the ground. Once you reclaim this fundamental posture, you will likely find your traditional way of sitting to be far less comfortable. The third movement that contributes to the remarkable longevity of Japanese elders is single leg standing, a deceptively simple practice that profoundly enhances balance and, consequently, strengthens the brain. In Japan, medical professionals often recommend this exercise not as a mere suggestion, but as a prescriptive practice for healthy aging. The recommendation is straightforward. Stand on one leg for 1 minute twice a day. While this may sound almost trivial, the scientific evidence supporting its efficacy is substantial. A 15-year longitudinal study conducted by Fukuoka University, which monitored the health of over 12,000 older adults, found that those who consistently practiced single-leg standing daily experienced a 68% reduction in hip fractures and a 75% decrease in fall-related hospitalizations. Furthermore, these individuals exhibited a higher volume of gray matter in the brain regions responsible for balance and coordination. The physiological process involved when standing on one leg is dynamic and complex. Your body engages in hundreds of micro-adjustments every minute, activating your core muscles, ankles, and hips, and crucially, stimulating your inner ear's balance system. Simultaneously, your brain becomes highly active. In fact, researchers at the Mayo Clinic have asserted that an individual's ability to balance on one leg is a more robust predictor of longevity than established health markers such as cholesterol levels or blood pressure. To begin practicing this exercise safely, stand near a wall or a countertop for support. Lift one foot just 1 to 2 inches off the ground and focus your gaze on a fixed point in front of you. Breathe naturally. Start with 20 to 30 seconds for each leg. If this feels too easy, you can increase the challenge by closing your eyes or by standing on a folded towel, which introduces an element of instability. Many Japanese seniors integrate this practice into their daily routines by performing it while brushing their teeth, effectively transforming an everyday habit into a potent longevity ritual. As you please gain proficiency, a valuable tip is to incorporate slow head turns or arm movements while balancing. This introduces additional challenges that compel your brain to adapt in real time, thereby enhancing neuroplasticity. In essence, this practice offers a dual benefit. It trains your body's balance and simultaneously stimulates your brain's capacity for adaptation and resilience, all within the quiet stillness of a single minute. For those who might feel they lack the time, consider this. You already dedicate time to brushing your teeth twice daily. Why not leverage that existing habit to simultaneously safeguard your brain's health as you age? Our second vital movement is floor sitting transitions, which serves as a daily test of your body's aging resilience. In Japan, sitting on the floor is not an occasional activity, but an integral part of daily life. Meals are often consumed on the floor, tea is enjoyed at floor level, and television is watched from this vantage point. Consequently, Japanese individuals habitually transition from sitting on the floor to standing and vice versa dozens of times each day. What many Westerners often overlook is the profound significance of this seemingly mundane movement. The ability to rise from and return to the floor unassisted may very well be the most effective indicator of how well you are aging. A large-scale study conducted at the University of Tsukuba, which followed more than 10,000 older adults, yielded remarkable findings. Participants who were able to sit down on the floor and rise back up without employing their hands demonstrated significantly superior lower body strength, greater joint flexibility, higher cognitive scores, and most surprisingly, a lower mortality rate over the subsequent 6 years. The reason for this correlation is that this transition is not merely a physical challenge. It is a complex neurological undertaking. It requires a sophisticated interplay of coordination, core stability, spatial awareness, and motor planning, all cognitive and physical faculties that tend to decline subtly after the age of 50. The encouraging news is that by practicing this transition regularly, you can actively reverse this decline. To begin, start with simple modifications. Lower yourself into a kneeling position, utilizing a chair or a low stool for support. Then, practice rising back up using assistance as needed. Even performing 2 to 3 such transitions per day can lead to noticeable strength improvements over time. A helpful tip to minimize stress on your joints is to practice on a carpeted surface or a yoga mat. This practice is not solely about achieving extreme flexibility. It is fundamentally about preserving independence. The day you lose the ability to get up from the floor is a day that can significantly curtail your autonomy and your ability to live life on your own terms. Finally, we arrive at our number 1 movement, the towel twist, a 2-minute exercise that has the power to fundamentally rewire your body. This final movement may appear deceptively simple, almost to the point of being understated. It involves taking a towel and twisting it, and that is essentially it. However, in Japan, this daily ritual, known as tenugui hibiki, is frequently cited by centenarians as their primary secret to maintaining strength, mental focus, and physical mobility well into their 90s. Here is how this effective practice is performed. Hold a towel at shoulder height with your arms extended. Gently pull outward on the towel, as if you were attempting to tear it. Then, slowly twist your torso to one side, ensuring that your hips remain facing forward. Hold this position for 3 seconds. Return to the center, and then repeat the twist to the opposite side. Throughout this entire process, it is crucial to maintain consistent tension on the towel. This tension serves to activate deep stabilizer muscles, many of which are often underutilized or barely engaged in typical workout routines. Brain scans have demonstrated that this movement simultaneously activates both hemispheres of the brain, thereby enhancing coordination, improving memory, and even sharpening reaction times. The statistical evidence is equally compelling. A 20-year study involving 15,000 Japanese elders revealed that those who practiced the towel twist daily for a mere 2 minutes experienced on average a 7-year increase in their lifespan. Their grip strength remained above the threshold indicative of independence well into their 90s, and their bone density readings were equivalent to those of individuals 20 years their junior. A practical tip for optimizing this practice is to perform it first thing in the morning and again before retiring for the night. This strategically positions the movement to bookend your day, initiating activation and promoting recovery, while simultaneously calming your nervous system and preparing your brain for optimal function. It requires no specialized equipment, no noisy environment, just you, a towel, and 2 minutes that possess the potential to transform your well-being. It is paramount to prioritize safety throughout this journey. Begin by assessing your current physical condition. If you are currently experiencing joint pain, have concerns about balance, are recovering from past injuries, or have been relatively inactive for an extended period, do not be discouraged. You are not falling behind. You are simply at the beginning of a transformative process, and that is precisely where you need to be. These movements are not about achieving unattainable perfection. Rather, they are about cultivating consistency and approaching each practice with intentionality. Here are a few essential guidelines to ensure your safety. Always perform these movements near a wall, a countertop, or a sturdy chair that can provide support. It is advisable to commence with standing movements, such as Sampo or the towel twist, as they generally require less initial physical demand. For practices like deep squats or floor transitions, utilize cushions or other supportive aids until your body has adequately adapted to the movements. Most importantly, cultivate a practice of listening intently to your body. Discomfort is not a sign of progress. If you have any specific health concerns or pre-existing conditions, it is always recommended to consult with your doctor or a physical therapist. Ultimately, the art of aging well is not about pushing your body to its absolute limits. It is about moving intelligently and consistently every single day. The decision to embrace a different path of aging begins today. You do not need to relocate to Japan to experience the benefits of their approach to longevity. You simply need to adopt the practice of moving with purpose. What you have learned today is not merely a workout regimen, nor is it a fleeting trend, and it certainly is not about seeking to anti-age. Instead, it represents a profound return to natural human movement, the kind of movement that we gradually lose in our increasingly sedentary, screen-dominated, and convenience-oriented lifestyles. These 6 foundational movements demand less than 15 minutes of your day. They do not necessitate extreme willpower, copious amounts of sweat, or the investment in expensive equipment. What they do require is a fundamental shift in perspective, a transition from viewing aging as an adversary to be fought to understanding it as a natural process to be navigated with intelligence and grace. The true revelation, however, lies in the motivation of Japanese elders. They do not engage in these practices solely with the aspiration of living indefinitely. Their motivation stems from a desire to live vibrantly and fully, with mental clarity, physical strength, and unwavering independence for as long as life gracefully allows. You can initiate this transformation with just one movement, 1 minute, one deliberate choice. That singular decision possesses the potential to create a ripple effect, leading to years of enhanced balance, improved cognitive function, and a pervasive sense of vitality. Now, we are eager to hear from you. Which of these 6 movements resonated with you the most? Have you previously incorporated any of these practices into your routine? Or are you planning to begin now? Please share your thoughts, experiences, and intentions in the comments section below. We diligently read every comment and endeavor to provide thoughtful replies whenever possible, because ultimately, aging is not something to be endured. It is a profound chapter of life to be lived with purpose and vitality.